Hello students, I welcome you all to EPG Parshala. This is Dr. P.A. Rajeshwari, Assistant Professor in the Department of Food Science and Nutrition of National Institute for Home Science and Higher Education for Women, Coimbatore. Today we are going to discuss about the module on Food Safety Management System, ISO 22000. To start with the topic, food safety is a global concern not only because of the importance of public health but also because of its impact on international trade. Globalization of food production and procurement makes food chains longer and more complex and increases the risk of food safety incidents. Effective and harmonized food safety systems shall manage and ensure the safety and suitability of food in each link of the food supply chain. ISO also developed the technical specification ISO TS 22003 that contains requirements for bodies providing certification of the food safety management system. Confederation of the Food and Drink Industry of the EU took the initiative to develop a technical specification that specifies the requirements for good practices in food manufacturing and that meets customers' requirements. The British Standard Institution BSI issued these requirements as the publicly available specification BSI PAS 220. As a next step, CIIA initiated the development of a certification scheme for food safety systems of food manufacturers that incorporates the standard ISO 22000, BSI PAS 220 and guidance on the application of ISO 22000, ISO TS 22004. The aim of this scheme is to harmonize the certification requirements and methods for food safety systems in the food chain and to ensure the issue of trustworthy food safety certificates that are comparable as regards content and scope. The foundation was commissioned by CIIA to develop this scheme and retains the legal ownership and the license agreements for the certification bodies. In this text, the certification scheme is referred to as the scheme. The scheme meets the requirements of the guidance documents of the Global Food Safety Initiative. Now let us see what is ISO 22000 standard. ISO 22000 is a food safety management system that can be applied to any organization in the food chain that is formed to fork. Becoming certified to ISO 22000 allows a company to show their customers that they have a food safety management system in place. The key elements of ISO 22000 includes interactive communication, system management, prerequisite programs and HACCP principles. The most effective food safety systems are established, operated and updated within the framework of a structured management system and incorporated into the overall management activities of the organization. This provides maximum benefit for the organization and interested parties. ISO 22000 has been aligned with ISO 9001 in order to enhance the compatibility of the two standards. ISO 22000 can be applied independently of other management system standards or integrated with existing management system requirements. ISO 22000 integrates the principles of the hazard analysis and critical control point system and application steps developed by the Codex Alimentarius Commission. ISO 22000 requires that all hazards that may be reasonably expected to occur in the food chain, including hazards that may be associated with the type of process and facilities used, are identified and assessed. Thus, It provides the means to determine and document why certain identified hazards need to be controlled by a particular organization and why others need not. During hazard analysis, the organization determines the strategy to be used to ensure hazard control by combining the prerequisite programs and the HACCP plan. ISO is developing additional standards that are related to ISO 22000. These standards will be known as the ISO 22000 family of standards. At the present time, the following standards will wake up the ISO 22000 family of standards. ISO 22000 Food Safety Management System requirements for any organization in the food chain. ISO 22001 Guidelines on the application of ISO 9001-2000 for the food and drink industry, which is replaced by ISO 15161-2001. ISO TS 22002, that is the prerequisite programs on food safety. ISO TS 22003, which is the food safety management system for bodies providing audit and certification of food safety management systems. ISO TS 22004 Food Safety Management System is the guidance on the application of ISO 22000-2005. ISO 22005 Traceability in the feed and food chain avails on the general principles and basic requirements of system design and implementation. ISO 22006 Quality Management System gives guidance on the application of ISO 9002 and 2000 for crop production. ISO 22000 is also used as a basic for the Food Safety System Certification Scheme FSSC 22000. FSSC 22000 is a global food safety initiative approved scheme. ISO 22000 standards combines recognized key elements to ensure food safety along with food chain, including interactive communication, system management, food safety hazard control using prerequisite programs and HACCP. Continual improvement and food safety management system updates ISO 22004-2005 provides guidance on implementing ISO 22000, ISO TS 22003-2007. It reassures customers about the way of certification of the supplier has been granted. ISO 22005-2007 establishes the principles and requirements for the design and implementation of a feed and food traceability system. This helps verify the history or location of a product or its components. Coming to the goal of ISO, the goal of ISO 22000 is to control and reduce to an acceptable level any safety hazards identified for the end products delivered to the next step of the food chain. The standard combines the following generally recognized key elements to ensure food safety at all points of the chain. Requirements of good manufacturing practices or prerequisite programs. Requirements for HACCP according to the principles of the Codex Alimentarius Commission established to develop food safety standards and guidelines. Requirements for a management system. Interactive communication between suppliers, customers and regulatory authorities. ISO 22000-2005 is fully compatible with ISO 9001-2000. So it is suitable for the development of a fully integrated risk-based management system. This also means that organization with an existing management system should find it fairly easy to expand its scope to include ISO 22000. ISO 22000 2005 is fully compatible with ISO 9001 2000, so it is suitable for the development of a fully integrated risk-based management system. This also means that organizations with an existing management system should find it fairly easy to expand its scope to include ISO 22000. ISO 22000 was the first in a new family of standards related to food safety. ISO TS 22004-2005 provides guidance on the applications of ISO 22000-2005. ISO 22005-2007 provides requiremements for the design and implementation of a feed and food traceability system. ISO TS 22003-2007 sets requirement for registers that provide auditing and certification to ISO 22000. Now let us see about the highlights of the standard. It is similar in philosophy to ISO 9001 and ISO 14001. ISO 22000 contains classes that are specific to the food industry, including the establishment of prerequisite programs, identification and control of food safety hazards and the determination of an acceptable level of risk, the establishment of a HACCP plan, including identification and monitoring of critical control points, the handling of potentially unsafe food products to ensure that they do not enter the food chain, the establishment of a food safety team responsible for the tasks such as hazard analysis, selection of the control measures, establishment of PRPS and planning of internal audits. The establishment of a communication plan with the external parties such as suppliers, customers and regulatory authorities to ensure that food safety information is available to all. Coming to the features of the scheme objective. This certification scheme sets out the requirements for certification bodies to develop, implement and operate a system for the assessment and certification of food safety systems of food manufacturing organizations and to guarantee its impartiality and competence. The certificate indicates that the organization's food safety system is in conformance with the requirements which are given in this scheme and that the organization is able to maintain conformance with these requirements. So coming to the scope, this scheme is intended for the audit and certification of the food safety system of food manufacturers who manufacture number 1 perishable animal products excluding slaughtering and pre-slaughtering, which includes meat, poultry, eggs, dairy and fish products. Number 2 perishable vegetable products, which includes packed fresh fruits and fruit juices, preserved fruits, packed fresh vegetables and preserved vegetables. Number 3 products with long shelf life at ambient temperature, that is canned products, biscuits, snacks, oil, drinking water, beverages, pasta, flour, sugar and salt. Number 4 biochemical products for food manufacturing, which includes vitamins, additives and biocultures but excluding technical and technological aids. Coming to the content and plan, the scheme consists of an introductory part and 4 separate parts in which requirements or regulations for the actors in the process of certification has been laid. These actors are the food manufacturing organization, the certification body, the accreditation body, and the board of stakeholders. The introductory part contains a description of the scheme and information on the background, definitions, and reference documents. The three following main sections contain the normative documents for the food manufacturing organization, that is part 1, the certification body, that is part 2, and the accreditation body, that is part 3. As part of this, the main sections contain guidance for the food manufacturing organization and how to obtain and maintain a FSSC 22000 certificate. Regulations of the foundation concerning the conditions for the use of the scheme and for providing certification and accreditation by the CB and AB. Finally, Part 4 contains the regulations of the board, which deals with the requirements and regulations of the scheme. Board of stakeholders. The foundation aims to prepare a certificate scheme with a board acceptance, adding particular value to the relationship between the certified food organization and those around it. Maintenance and review. The board has at least 3 meetings per year to maintain the certification scheme. After every meeting, major and minor changes are decided on and it will be directly published in a current list of decisions on the foundation website. Revisions of all relevant documents of the scheme are published annually on the foundation website and communicated with the licensed CB and AB. If the board considers it necessary that requirements or regulations should be amended or added on shorter notice than 1 year, the board can issue a directive that will be effective from a given date. The board will have an overall review of the certification scheme at intervals not exceeding 3 years, and any amendments arising from the review will be published by the foundation and made available at all stakeholders. Requirements and regulations. Part 1. Requirements to obtain certification. Part 2. Requirements and regulations for providing certification. Part 3. Requirements and regulations for providing accreditation. Part 4. Regulations for the board of stakeholders. ISO 22000. ISO 22000 requires that you build a food safety management system. This means that you will have a documented system in place and fully implemented throughout your facility that includes effective pre-requisite programs in place to ensure a clean sanitary environment, a hazard analysis and critical control plan developed to identify, prevent and eliminate food safety systems, established document food safety management system process to manage food safety throughout your organization, from management and business planning aspects to day-to-day communication and operations affecting food safety. The ISO 22000 standard contains the specific requirements to be addressed by the food safety management system. The food standard requires food safety management system process, including having an overall food safety policy of a particular organization developed by top management, setting objectives that will drive the company efforts to comply with this policy, planning and designing a management system and documenting the system, maintaining records of the performance of the system, establishing a group of qualified individuals to make up a food safety team, defining communication procedures to ensure effective communication with important contacts outside the company and for effective internal communication, having an emergency plan, holding management review meetings to evaluate the performance of the FSMS, providing adequate resources for the effective operation of FSMS, including appropriately trained and qualified personnel, sufficient infrastructure, and appropriate work environment to ensure food safety, implementing pre-requisite programs following the HACCP principles, establishing a traceability system for identification of product, establishing a corrective action system and control of non-conforming product, maintaining a documented procedure for handling withdrawal of product, controlling, monitoring and measuring devices, establishing and maintaining and internal audit programs, continually updating and improving the FSMS. Now let us see about the benefits of ISO 22000 certification food safety management system. Certification can be seen by some senior managers as an unnecessary and bureaucratic activity. For this reason, senior management need to understand the benefits of an effective food safety management system, which includes a food safety management system structured with the principles of HACCP will have a clear focus on the food safety, which is a fundamental requirement of any food business. An effectively implemented and applied HACCP based food safety management system will improve customer confidence in the safety of food. A food safety management system based on HACCP takes a preventive approach that is designed to reduce liabilities. An effective food safety management system demonstrates management commitment to the supply of safe products. A food safety management system records provide evidence of due diligence. HACCP based food safety management systems can be combined with other management systems such as ISO 9001-2008. This combination provides a food safety based system and also considers quality. Certification to the international standard ISO 22000 gives all interested parties a clear image that the organization is serious about food safety. In order to ensure a food safety management system is effectively implemented, management within an organization need to undertake the following steps. Number 1, the benefits of a food safety management system. Number 2, how lack of an effective food safety management system can cause foodborne illnesses. Number 3, HACCP based food safety management system really is a minimal system to ensure maximal control. Number 4, that a HACCP based food safety management system enables businesses to optimize the use of resources by control of CCPs in a logic manner. Number 5, introduce internationally recognized processes to the business. Number 6, give suppliers and stakeholders confidence in your hazard controls. Number 7, put these hazard controls in place across your food supply chain. Number 8, introduce transparency around accountability and responsibilities. And number 9, continuously improve and update your system so it stays effectively. Seeking compliance to ISO 22000 is an important aspect to be noted. The compliance with the ISO 22000 standard helps organizations in the food industry because it meets food industry expectations, imposes structured and targeted communications, subjects all control measures to hazard analysis, fills the gap between ISO 9001 and HACCP, lower risk of liability, expanded market access, reduced cost of sales, and streamlined quality management. Now let us see about ISO 22000 and Codex Alimentarius. The ISO 22000 integrates the Codex Alimentarius Commission 7 principles of HACCP and dynamically combine it with PRPS necessary to control and reduce any food safety hazards. The prerequisite programs are also referred to as a good hygienic practices, that is GHP, good agricultural practices, GAP, good production practices, GPP, good manufacturing practices, GMP, good distribution practices, GDP, and good trading practices, GTP, food safety management system. ISO 22000 series are revised every time, and the revised standards are updated as follows: ISO 22000 2005, ISO 22000 2015, ISO 22000 2017, and ISO 22000 2018. ISO 22000 is a standard created by the International Organization for Standardization, Managing Food Security and Safety. ISO 22000 is a worldwide certificate standard that characterizes the necessities of sustenance of well-being administration frameworks everywhere. ISO 22000-2005 specifies requirements for a food safety management system where an organization in the food chain needs to demonstrate its ability to control food safety hazards in order to ensure that food is safe at the time of human consumption. It is applicable to all organizations regardless of size which are involved in any aspect of the food chain and want to implement systems that consistently provide safe products. ISO 22000-2005 specifies requirements to enable an organization to plan, implement, operate, maintain, and update a food safety management system aimed at providing products that, according to their intended use, are safe for the consumer. To determine compliance with applicable statutory and regulatory food safety requirements, to evaluate and assess customer requirements and demonstrate conformity with those mutually agreed customer requirements that relate to food safety in order to enhance customer satisfaction, to effectively communicate food safety issues to their suppliers, customers, and relevant interested parties in the food chain, to ensure that the organization conforms to its stated food safety policy, to demonstrate such conformity to relevant interested parties, and to seek certification or registration of its food safety management system by an external organization, or make a self-assessment or self-declaration of conformity to ISO 22000-2005. ISO 22000-2017. It adopts the new high-level structure used in the other major international management standards, meaning its implementation can be integrated with that of ISO 9001 on quality management and ISO 14001 on environmental management. It clarifies the plan to check act cycle so that the organizations can ensure their process and are adequately resourced and managed, and that improvement opportunities are acted on. It takes a different approach to understanding the risk and opportunity by enabling organizations to put controls in place that take advantage of opportunities and minimize adverse effects. Applicability of the standard. There are many other food safety standards available, but most of them are limited in scope. ISO 22000 is the only one to cover all organizations that produce, manufacture, handle, or supply food or feed as such, agricultural producers, feed and food manufacturers, processors, food outlets and caterers, retailers, service providers, transportation operators, storage providers, equipment manufacturers, biochemical manufacturers, and packaging material manufacturers. Well, students, to conclude, the ISO 22000 series are the standards that regulate the food system, that includes the production line, safety, transport, and trade market by the retailers. For this reason, ISO developed the standard for Food Safety Management System ISO 22000, which applies to all organizations in the food chain and thus ensures integrity of the chain. The ISO 22000 series help in maintaining the product quality and profit to both the retailers and the consumers. These standards are revised according to the recent trends in food safety management system, and they help in maintaining the quality of the product. As nutritionists, we have a strong and important role not only in community level but also in marketing and making the food product manufacturing MNCs to rely on the various laws and regulations for the upliftment of the economy and for the well-being of the customers. Thank you. Have a great day.